Hello, this is Brian DeLagrange from Grants Pass City Council. I'm here at Gilbert Creek Park in the northwest part of town. Just to give you a visual of what a walking path through the park down by the creek could look like. It would begin here up by the softball field, and I'll pan you through and take you through here, and I'll try to walk quickly so it doesn't take too long. But the first section would run just along the edge of the park here, which there's this nice flat portion on this upper side that could be utilized. And it's also shaded, which is nice. I brought this idea forward to the Grants Pass Parks Committee. It's probably been 2 or 3 years ago now. And there were some brief discussions about it, but it ultimately kind of got put on the back burner just because, probably mostly because I went to council and started dealing with some other issues. So then when you get back here to the back of the softball field down by the creek, you can see there's some pretty gnarly blackberry overgrowth down here, which was thinned a couple years ago, but now it's starting to come back in again pretty thick. All this area was blackberries. So it's still not as bad as it was, but it's getting there. So you got the creek down there over all this growth. But then if you take a turn, the path could go basically right behind the softball field here, in between that fence and the creek. And again, it actually already kind of is a path. It's flat. It's not overgrown, so it wouldn't take a ton of work to turn it into an actual path. And then you come back into the shaded area behind the field. And here in a minute we'll meet up with the existing paved trail that goes from the playground area to the school. And it's really nice. You can see down here, you can see the creek down there. So potentially there's opportunities for citizens and visitors to come enjoy the creek if we put a little path back here. Tennis courts are up there. Path comes down across the creek over to North Middle School there. So we could connect with the existing path here and then continue here. At some point there was some work done to create a rudimentary staircase here. There's a couple railroad ties embedded in the ground, and I can get up and down it, but I could see how a lot of people would not be able to get up and down this slope. So there would need to be a little bit of work done here to make that a little bit more accessible. And then this part's overgrown a little bit at the beginning, but there's a path that continues here that follows the creek that is really nice. So I'll just let you take a peek at this as I move through. And I apologize for the shakiness. I'm trying to hold it as still as possible while I walk and watch the ground so I don't trip. There's a fair amount of roots sticking out here. There is one bench here, which is really nice. And then the path continues through here. This is actually a really nice part of the path, just right along the creek. And I would envision this not as necessarily a paved path, but more as a natural path, whether it's wood chips or decomposed granite or something, to where it's not a impervious surface. So when you get through over here, you connect with the other part of the path, which comes down from, you can't really see it, but the tennis courts, and then down the hill here, and again across the creek to North Middle School. There's a nice interpretive sign here already, and a nice kind of open area down here where people can access the creek. Could be a little bit nicer, but at least it's there and available. So then the path would connect here with this path, and then again continue through. Off to the left here is the dog park area. For this part of the path, this fence closest to the creek may need to be just moved, 8 feet in, so there's a little bit more room for the path, which does not seem like a very big hurdle, but the path could continue on down the creek here. And again, this is a fairly flat area, and you can tell that people already walk through here. So continuing the natural path, natural surface path through this area, down past the dog park. And then this part's a little trickier. There's some more branches, and the grass will get a little taller up here. But it's all shaded down here. It's very nice. I think this could be a really nice addition to the park, a really nice amenity. Just to have a nice walking path basically around the entire perimeter of the park that does not touch the road. Some nice blackberries in here. Because obviously by the road there's the sidewalk, so people can use that path up there. But yeah, as you see, wouldn't be too terribly difficult to put a path down here. It would be really nice. So then we get to the southern edge of the property. There's a little path down to the creek down there. And then the path would take a turn to the left and come up this area, which is also pretty flat and pretty cleared out. There's a little hill here to get back up to the level where the soccer field is. So once you get up this hill, you can see there's basically a straight shot behind the soccer field to the street and to the sidewalk. So you could continue the path up to there, and potentially you could have a path going across here along the edge of the dog park back to the tennis courts. So that's what it looks like. Seems pretty straightforward. Seems like it'd be a pretty nice addition to the park. So thanks for watching.